go get it. So I go to get it, and I'm looking at it, and it's rusted. Like it's got some rust on it.
Right.
And it's from about 2014, 2015. So I don't know how often they recertify it, but dude, when I cook with a regular, I cook with like when I run a shine, I use a regular size barbecue grill tank.
Yeah, like a little blue rhino.
Yeah, and I get one run, and it's done.
That's whack.
Not enough in it to go twice. So, I know I'll take a Tractor Supply, but I got a feeling they're going to say, "Hey, man, this thing's too old. We ain't going to fill that."
Right. Yeah, they probably. Yep.
Yeah, I got it, and it holds gas. Like I turned the valve, and there's gas in it a little bit, but.
Right. Hold on. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Is that usually about how much it takes to do a run? Like, is one of those barbecue tankers at 35 pounds or something?
Yeah.
35 pounds of propane to do a run?
Yeah, I
use about 3/4 of one.
Yeah, he'll use 3/4 one. And then, like, I think mine's an 80-pound tank. If like I upgraded, so it's like two of those in one, and then he just got a big one. So I ended up getting one. I think it was last year, and what they are like decommissioned torpedoes. If they're from a certain year, I know mine is at least. The dude hooked me up with one. It's cool as heck. All right, trying to figure it out here.
I know when I was at the plant, they had propane tanks that were bigger than them small ones, but not as big as the real big ones. Kind of like a tall one. Hey, Christy.
Huh.
Hi, Christy.
He's too funny.
Thanks to our sponsor, Christy.
Yeah. My head.
Special thanks to our sponsor, Christy. Thank you.
Thank you for driving.
So what's up, Donuts? Have you had a good week this week?
Did I what?
Did you have a good week?
Yeah. What's all that air?
Do you hear air over here?
Sounds like static.
I don't hear anything. I don't hear nothing, man.
I don't got it.
It's going away.
Is it just me? What's that?
It's starting to go away now. I can still hear it though. It's like static.
I'm gonna go on my YouTube page.
I
don't know. I know it's windy here. I got wind beating up against the thing, but I don't know. It shouldn't be staticky that I know of.
There, it's back.
How about now?
That sounds terrible.
I don't hear anything.
I don't either. It sounds good to me. I'll have to.
Is it hotter or colder?
Why does that sound?
I wonder it's because if I'm on there, man. If it's because like I'm trying to view one on here.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can get on here too, and I'll have her take a look in the other room. Okay, here we are. There we are.
Yeah, but if you have that on and you will hold it up too close, you'll start to echo.
Yeah, I do hear some static. We do got some static going on.
See, I don't hear anything. It's probably because of that.
It's low now. It's still there, but it's very, very low.
How about now?
You want to take this in the room in here? I'm gonna have her go in the other room and listen for a minute. We'll see what we got going on.
Okay, we're up to 7 viewers. No, we're good.
That's good. We may have to each time just have somebody kind of check our sound. You know, we're gonna have to have some of our viewers check in on us.
I'm not changing none of my settings. Don't touch none of your settings.
Like maybe like Ron Barone or Matthew Shaw or
just
John
don't touch. Just don't touch any of your settings.
Okay. Hey, Rena said we're good. She says she's not hearing nothing. There's Rena. Here, pop your head. This is my wife, Rena May.
She just came in out of the blue. Boom. Hi.
Boom.
Bam.
I'm
Okay.
hiding her over here. She's my helper.
All right, guys.
I think it's great that we have some viewers. Hey, man, thanks for everybody that's on here. We appreciate you. Big time. Big
It's
time.
back.
I'm hoping I have a buddy out there. He's a buddy, a friend, a fan named Randy and Ryan. And Ryan, and he's a definitely a good person, and he loves Disney, man, and he loves anything to do with like all the Marvel guys and all that stuff. He knows information like
Right.
he is a walking encyclopedia of information. Ryan is, and honestly, like if we could ever get a guest from Marvel Comics, so anybody, or from Disney or any of that stuff, I would love to have him on because he is a wealth of information, and I guarantee he's a fan of what we're doing, you know? And I think anybody out there that's a fan of what we're doing at some point should get an opportunity to come on and get interviewed by us. You know what I mean? I think that would be cool.
Hell yeah, James Diaz.
Maybe we hold something where we pick someone from our viewers every week and try to get someone to come on.
All right. All right. So Dennis is back. I don't know.
I will say though, I have a few people that ask about Uncle Donuts. Uncle Donuts is a star of our show.
So Uncle Donuts is he's responsible for a lot of my heavy metalness in my life.
Oh, yeah.
Uncle Donut put up. How about that? Does that sound better? I think it sounds good.
Doreen said we had no problem. She said she didn't hear any static.
Okay, good. Yeah, at one point I started getting a little bit, but it all went away. I think it's from having the phone out and looking at the same time, but it's whatever.
Yeah, I agree.
So here we are.
Here we are.
We're talking heavy metal tonight. That's why we got everybody out here. Heavy metal. Bringing that heavy metal to the moonshine. Like what's right above Rich's shoulder. Where do you got to point to, Rich? Other way. You'd be a horrible weatherman. There you go. Today.
They messed you up at first. You got to go.
Partly cloudy.
Jason's over there.
These guys showed up and didn't bring their umbrella.
Well, that's what I was going to say too.
Heavy metal.
As far as heavy metal goes, you and I kind of bring something different to our show.
Yeah.
I think that you bring a newer age metal. You're attracted to a newer age metal, where I'm attracted to some older metal, I think. And that probably just has to do with our age group. And but also I think it's kind of what we're drawn to as far as what we like to listen to.
Right.
Because there's a lot of different metal out there.
Oh, yeah. Dennis turned me on to some good metal when I was younger, so it was like, but I was kind of mad at Uncle Dennis because it took him a while. It took him a while to put Slayer in front of me, but he had to ease me into the metal because he knew I was heavy and I loved it. So he hit me with like some Judas Priest, and then some Iron Maiden and shit, and then what else? He come back.
Punk rock tapes.
Yeah, exactly. You come back from the military, and he had this band.
Barney Rubble.
And the Cunt Stubble. Oh my God, dude.
Barney Rubble and the Country Stubble?
No, well, we'll just say country. We won't get nasty, but we'll say that word, the Country Stubble. But minus the end of it.
Barney Rubble, and I love it already, man.
And it can't understand normal thinking.
Black
and the Country Stubble, stuck in a bubble.
Yeah, dude, listen. Ziggy the Midget. He had a song called Ziggy the Midget with the 6-foot prick.
No, that's a kickstand.
Dude, just imagine a midget that his wiener's bigger than him. He's like,
hold on, wait a minute. Hold it, wait a minute. There's something up with midgets having giant wieners, dude, because that's not the first time I've heard that.
Next. I don't want to talk about midgets and wieners.
No, dude,
No. Next.
You brought it up.
I'm just saying it's the name of the song.
Or maybe Donuts did. Maybe Donuts brought up the
Well,
Midget Wiener. I don't know.
listen, he's responsible for a lot of the effed up music that I like. But then, hold on, let me take this off. It's like, so I mean, I don't know. He steered me in a good direction. So I give a lot of that music shit to him. And then there's one other guy from where I grew up. He was into blues, man, and
Yeah.
he turned me on the blues. And dude, I'll tell you what, there's days that I just listen to the blues. Like I love the blues, like some Muddy Waters and shit like that, man. Like,
I've seen Buddy Guy in concert, and I saw the Allman Brothers and BB King in concert. I saw BB King and the Allman Brothers at the Valley Forge Music Fair.
Right. You see, yeah. So music is, it's there. So that that's all.
Blues, blues is, I think, is kind of the foundation for rock and roll. There's a lot of blues in rock and roll. I think that blues is a good foundation to learn to play guitar. That's kind of what I.
Oh yeah, it's the building block, man. The blues are a base behind everything.
I believe so too. But then I think rock and roll. And then you had bands like Black Sabbath really started to make it metal, and Deep Purple. Those bands really started to change things into heavy metal.
I
then
got
you had
some
bands come along like Slayer, and even like back then like Metallica. I'm not a real big fan of Metallica at this point.
Well, who's this new band,
Yeah,
Meshuggah? Have you heard of them yet?
Really good stuff, but you're right. Like Slayer, I think was the real game changer as far as like heavy metal, like maybe like even heavy thrash metal, because they were a little heavier than most. They brought like kind of more darker imagery, more war,
Right.
I mean, that song about Auschwitz that they sing is brutal. If you listen to the lyrics, all the women want you to die. I mean, there's no more of a brutal lyric than that.
Right.
So, we all look to women for love and affection. If women want you to die, you're in the wrong place. So,
well, they are women.
That's a Slayer lyric, and Slayer had some of the heaviest stuff, I think, from the get-go. And actually, I think it's probably one of the main bands that drew me into heavier metal.
My favorite, I have like three really like Slayer songs that really fire me up. Number one is Repentless, because that to me is just, dude. At the end of the video, he drops the dude's head right on the floor. He's like, he cut the dude's head off and just drops it. Like, here's your fucking head. Yeah. That's my favorite. Number two is Dead Skin Mask. I love Dead Skin Mask. That song is fucking hardcore. I love hearing it on satellite radio sometimes, because they'll do like that song versus another, and they'll try to blend them, mash them up and stuff like that. And dude, Dead Skin Mask, and then of course, I mean, we got Seasons of the Abyss is another one.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just, dude.
Hershey Park this summer.
They are. Listen, I actually bought the last album I bought was a Slayer album, and it was the Repentless album, and it was made with ox blood. Yeah.
I tattooed some of their imagery too. I tattooed all the demons like falling down into hell. I actually did that on Anthony from Extreme Ink Tattoo. I did some Slayer album cover on his forearm.
See, that'd be cool.
He got the devil from Hellhammer on his forearm. That seated in the throne. And I did a bunch of Slayer stuff around him. I'm probably going to go to hell for that sleeve I did on him.
Well, listen, I mean, when you pass over, like, it's whatever. You have a new nothing. You have your new flesh. Listen, Denny knows if I go soon, just take it, and we're gonna skin my back, and we're gonna make it up like a lantern, like
I'm trying to become of new flesh now, heavy metal flesh.
Hang it over your
heavy
pool
metal
table,
moonshine
Dennis.
flesh.
Yeah,
that's what I'm becoming.
How about a brand, dude? Did you ever do the brands or see the brands be done? Like,
cryo. You ever see a cryo brand? They freeze your skin.
Oh, dude, listen, I got a story about a brand.
Super cold.
Let me tell you this story, dude. This is no lie. This is some funny stuff. So I was in a motorcycle club for a little bit, not like a 1%er or whatever, but one of the guys, his dad wanted to join, so we were like, all right, he's good. He can be in our thing. So he prospected for a while, and one night we were like, listen, man, we got his cut. It's time to give it to him. I said, when we were like, all right, what are we gonna do? So we were kind of known for fucking with him, and he was an older guy. So I was like, look, we'll put his cut in the freezer. But listen, we were making a helmet, like a Spartan helmet, out of a fucking clothes hanger, a metal clothes hanger. And when he did it out, his son was doing it. He did it out of wire. And dude, when he was done, it looked like, his dad walked in and looked down and was like, what the hell is he doing? He's like, what's up, old man? He's bending this wire. He's bending this wire. He's bending it. Dude, it was perfect, right? So we had the meeting and shit. We're like, all right, we're going to do it. But so we told her, all right, old man, get in here. So we blindfolded him, right? So we got the torch behind him. We're going, and then the torch goes, right? So I'm like, give me the coat hanger. So they give me the coat hanger. I'm like laughing, and he's thinking like, oh fuck. He says, all right. His son says, all right, man, you want it? Better drop the drawers, old man. Right? His dad fucking dropped his drawers. Said, bend over. He bent over. And just when he thought we were going to fucking hit him with that fucking thing, we had pulled a fucking bottle of frozen Jägermeister out of the fucking freezer.
Yeah.
And dude, listen, we hit him in the butt cheek with that bottle. We had his mind so fucked up that he jumped like 3 feet, dude. He thought he was getting burnt. We were like,
yeah.
That's
awesome.
And he looked in the freezer, and his cut was in the freezer, dude. But yeah,
That's awesome. That's a good story. I thought you were going to tell me something a little different. We did some branding when we were young. We like branded.
You never had none like that in the shop? They didn't do that there,
We didn't do any regular branding. We just did piercing and tattooing, There was even times where we didn't even do piercing, but we did some branding when we were kids. Like I remember my buddy, we branded each other, And
right.
My buddy got the cross so hot that when he burnt me with it, it killed all the skin around it. I had a circle, not a cross. It burned a circle into my arm. He burnt me so bad it didn't even leave a cross. And I can still feel that shiny skin on my shoulder.
It does.
It's scar tissue to this day, but it's tattooed over. You can't really see it.
You like
but
my
that's
shirt?
The truth. And then he went to do himself. He barely got it hot and just touched the cross. He had a perfect cross. He touched me so bad.
Yeah.
I always went through my other arm.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Like, yeah, you're branded for life. Thanks for the circle, dude.
Yo, listen. He's my friend Brian Goodell. He's passed away now. He died when we were in 11th grade. He fell off of the Trestle Bridge tower. He climbed one of the towers and got electrocuted, dude. And it ended up killing him, unfortunately. He was one of my best friends, but man, and he loved to fuck me up for some reason, man. Like we would get drunk and like we'd be kind of towards the end of the night. All of a sudden he would attack me from behind because he was not a bigger guy. So like if he jumped on me, like I could handle him, But
right.
He always messed with me that way, man. He was a good dude. And it was a shame because when he did end up passing away, he was very depressed over a female that we went to school with. He was in love with her. He lived across the street, and she dated this guy, John Cellini. He's dead now, but he was in and out of jail. And my buddy was in love with this girl, and he couldn't understand how she could be in love with this piece of shit,
Right.
But hey, man, girls like bad boys, and she was in love with this guy, and John was never really I liked John to me. I thought he was a good dude as far as, when you talk to him, but he was in and out of jail a lot. And, and I think he's gone now. They're probably all gone now,
Right. Well, you never know. He might be still alive and kicking.
Yeah.
Saying hello. See, I'm
like
getting
shirt,
out there.
Takin.
I was going to say, Dennis,
shirt.
does Uncle Dennis see my shirt? He's fucking frozen history. Look.
Oh yeah, I like that.
You know what it says on the back?
What?
Winner.
Winner, chicken dinner.
Yeah, so when they're like, oh, it tastes like a winner, what's a winner taste
That's
like?
what I
Me.
said.
A winner tastes
I
like
said
me.
winner, chicken dinner.
I am the winner. So these shirts will be on the market. Mm-hmm. Tastes like a winner.
Hey,
Coming.
you guys want a winter shirt? There you go. Tastes like a winner.
Yeah.
You got to put heavy metal moonshine on the sleeve or something, dude.
Exactly, bro. Because, you know, like,
the logo on there.
Got to do winter on the back and then, you know, heavy metal moonshine on the sleeve or something. We're going to do some hats. I want to do like suicidal.
Heavy metal moonshine shirts with that.
Dude, I got an idea. I want to do like a suicidal tendency style hat and then have heavy metal under it when you fold it up.
Yo, dude, Suicidal Tendencies was a band that got played heavy in the tattoo shop.
I love Suicidal. Listen, me and Doug.
They're great.
Me and Doug had one of the funnest moments ever at a Suicidal Tendencies concert, dude. We're standing there. We're all drinking, having a good time. You know, he lights one up. We're smoking. And, dude, we both had walked into it. There was a ditch. It was a fucking like a pothole, right? In the crowd, like in the area where everybody was standing. So after we fell in it, we were like, fuck, we're going to stand back and watch this. We stood back, dude. And everybody that would come walking, and dude, you know how you make eye contact, they're going to come your way, like they cut through the crowd. Dude, they come walking, Doug make eye contact, or I'd make eye contact, they'd go to walk in front of us, and he'd hit that ditch. It was all, dude, it was like, bruh. And then Doug would be like, oh, watch out, there's a ditch there. So listen, after like 10 people hit that ditch, and we were laughing our asses off. Then go figure, the dude with the fucking orange hair, the red haired dude comes and stands in that fucking hole. I'm like, you know what he is? He's Doug. He says, what? I said, a fucking street cone. He stood there so nobody else would fall in the ditch. But dude, they would fall and Doug would be like, watch out, there's a ditch. They would all look at him like, what the fuck, dude?
Hey, I remember the one concert we went to, everybody was peeing in the one spot so much, there was actually like a yellow river coming down the hill, man, and you don't want to fall in the yellow river at the concert. Hey, Ron, what's up? Ron Barone.
Yeah, what up, Ron?
Ron, checking our show out every week, man. We might have to have Ron on here sometime.
I'm down.
Ron has a bunch of tattoos I did on him.
Yeah. I got a bunch of tattoos too, and they all hurt. Every one of them.
Well, Ron's probably got a lot of good stories from the old tattoo shop. Ron was part of when we filmed Extreme Ink Tattoo, like back in the day when we were filming that stuff. Ron was part of it.
Ah, that's cool.
Yeah, I wonder if I could ever find any of that stuff. Well, you know, the guy that did all the production work and stuff, I still talk to him.
Oh, that's cool.
He helped me produce some stuff for Primal Urge as well, so he's aware of what we're doing as well. As a matter of fact, I should send him over the link. His name is Josh. Josh Coyne. Josh is really good at doing production work. I know he had some pretty high aspirations at one point of, you know, he married Milena. She owns a store up in town.
My brother is watching.
Awesome.
What's up?
Nello.
Oh. Nello. Heavy mellow. Instead of heavy metal, it's heavy mellow. Heavy mellow.
I just started looking up Nello.
Heavy mellow. He's probably like, right. Look, see, I lost a viewer. It must have been him.
Oh, that's so funny. He's probably like, I'm out of there.
I'm out of here. He's going to start calling me names. I can't say anything back. No.
Well, I wouldn't say anything bad. I won't.
It's funny.
It's funny how, like, instantly, too, like, we could be talking about stuff and then some things just don't appeal to people. It might be off real quick.
I mean, you know, it is what it is.
You can.
Yeah, we're not going to be on here for 3 hours tonight. We know that. We're having like a little chill night. Just, talking a little bit of metal, stuff like that, a little bit of music. The band you see behind me is who I'm rocking out right now, dude. Ain't nobody better than them, dude. I'm telling you.
Well, I know that's your favorite band.
Oh, dude.
That's your favorite band.
When I saw him live at Incarceration, that right there, dude, that dude can, like, there were so many people in that crowd, right? So just a low, like, he told everybody to be quiet. But, dude, when he did that part, he was just like, rah, rah, rah. Dude, you heard him. I mean, dude, it was like, he don't have a microphone. Like, he already broke the microphone off his head. Blood coming down. I was like,
that's G.G. Allen. That's old G.G. Allen stuff.
Oh, bro, but then
for a long time.
And then, dude, like, what else?
That's punk rock stuff. That's punk rock stuff.
And then, listen, dude, and then I saw, who was it, Dennis? The crazy band Guar.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Guar, dude. Oh, my Lord. That was, like you was talking on that wild craziness earlier. That Guar's the same way, but what I hear about Guar in the music world is that they like to take bands under their wing. And kind of
good band. They're good people.
And show them like the ropes of the business. Like they're very good people.
Their stage show is second to none. I mean, like, was it Sexecutioner?
Yeah, dude.
Guys on their bed and the costumes. Like you can't take it to another level like they did. I mean, that's awesome. They played in Westchester. They played in Westchester years ago when I had a tattoo shop up there on. Guess we were on what was it, Gay Street.
What did they used to say? You come in high, go out gay. Come in gay, leave high.
Yeah, either one. But they played at BAM. They played down at I don't know if BAM owned the bar then. It was Rex's. It was owned by Donnie. But they played down at Rex's bar. And I remember walking through town and a couple kids came running up to me and they're like, "Do you play in Guar?" I was like, "No, I wish." But it felt pretty. It made me feel cool.
Dude, when I was in.
Hey, listen. We were talking about Slayer, and I don't know why I didn't think of this. I met Tom Araya from Slayer.
Yeah, you told me that.
And I met their drummer, too. I was drinking drinks with them and everything at BAM's bar. But Tom Araya was really cool dude, man. He made my day. When he walked up to me, he goes, "Haven't I met you before?" I was like, "No, but I'll take that as a huge compliment," and shook his hand and talked to him. He was a very, very personable person. More than Kerry King. Kerry King, a little bit more of a chip, I think, going there.
Yeah.
They were all right, like.
All right. I mean, who wants tribal on them, anyways?
They were a little bit more like they were good. They were good guys, man. Tom Araya, I would love to hang out with that dude anytime.
That whole band.
Tom Araya, if you want to come on our show, we would love to interview you, man. Anytime.
Come on with it, man.
Come on down.
Heavy
metal moonshine.
Wow.
We got a spot.
Heavy metal.
Just give us a couple hours of your time.
See, if you want to send us some stickers, this is the heavy metal helmet, and all new stickers will go on the heavy metal helmet, and we will display them because we got Shed Shiner on there. Shed Shiner got me a sticker. Mr. Liberty Soul Shine got me a sticker on there. I think that's
It's a cool helmet. You need a spike on the top.
I know, like a crazy one.
Flagpole
spike.
Dennis, you got any spikes?
You know what? You should make it look like one of those things. You need a still thing. You need one of them clear bubbler things on the top, like the still.
Oh yeah. Boom.
And when you start thinking, it goes.
Start drinking out of it. What are you drinking on there, Dennis?
Now?
What are you drinking, Mr. Dennis?
Mountain Dew.
That stuff will kill you. Stuff will kill you.
That's all I drink.
I got
Why?
real Coke, real sugar Pepsi.
Yeah.
Real
kill
sugar.
you too. I ain't got nothing.
Well, I mean, the last show, everybody got tanked up.
Well, I drank a whole jar, and I was feeling good.
Yeah, I'm wondering. I gave my buddy a whole jar. I'm wondering if he liked it.
Yeah, we was trying to get him to do a review.
it's funny because when I ask people if they want to come on, nobody answers. Or nobody. I don't think anybody wants to.
Yeah.
Last minute wants to
I
just
talked
jump
to
on.
I talked to somebody today, or Tosh. Tosh give me some advice on my next round of cake, making my creamsicle, dude. And it's a little secret that I was like, oh my God, Dennis, it's gonna put my shit on a step above now, dog. Another level.
Don't fuck with a good thing.
Listen, listen, dude. He already made it better, and I was like, dude,
Quit poking at it.
Nope. Thank you for sharing that, and it's very, very good, important bit of information, Dennis.
Okay.
It's very, very, very good.
You know what band I used to really enjoy? I still do. Will be one of my favorite all-time bands ever. Was White Zombie.
I like White Zombie. I watched him forget his lyrics to to Dracula or something like that,
Dark
dude.
Kiss 60. Dark Kiss 60.
Yeah, but how many years after was that at White Zombie or was that at Rob Zombie? You know what I mean? Like
no, it was White Zombie, man.
Bizarro.
Yeah, he's very theatrical though. I like it because he does the whole thing dude, he put powder in his hair and he's he's all dusty and shit,
Remember,
I like Rob Zombie.
Power Man 5000. Jay went to Power Man 5000.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of bands, dude.
I want to meet Otis. I want to meet Otis from House of a Thousand Corpses.
Otis.
I tattooed Tiny from House of a Thousand Corpses.
That'd be cool.
Matthew McCrory.
You know who I want to meet?
House of a Thousand Corpses. I was at work and this guy was selling these chocolate frogs for $10. They were chocolate frogs with mushrooms in them. And me and Chad Pfister, we each ate one chocolate frog. I said, we're going to watch this horror movie. He said, what is it?
Oh,
it's
bad
fucking
idea.
crazy. It's supposed to be crazy.
Oh,
I never thought. We watched House of a Thousand Corpses. And when he said, this boy, I was like, oh, fuck. They turned that guy into a mermaid. And I was like, oh, just evil. Just how they portray true black, darkest people. Or when Sherry teasing that cheerleader with that rag doll, she's going doop-de-doop-de-doo, doop-de-doo, doop-de-doo. She smacks her in the face. She's like fucking the meanest villains you could possibly think of.
I'm sure, and being tripping, I'm sure it took all a new dimension. You were seeing that on another level.
Yeah, it blew my mind. It was like, Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah, well, that movie is.
It was good.
That movie is on another level at the end when they're down in that hole. Buried in the nameless grave.
Yeah.
Buried in the nameless grave. Yo, that's an eerie part of that. Like when they're all going up and lowering them down into the hole. And then all those zombies come out of the water and start ripping them out of the.
Yeah, it was fucking terrifying.
All right, I put it open now. Listen, I put it out there. I'm going to see if we can get some questions. We got some people viewing, man. So I got to keep up on this. So I apologize if I'm putting my head down. I'm trying to do the podcast and the phone at the same time is kind of hard.
Logistics going on, I'm writing stuff down too.
Right. What up there, Raul? There's a lot of people.
That's awesome, man. That's cool. And I think the more Wednesdays we go on, the more we keep it on.
I mean, dude,
the more regular people are going to come on and check us out. And hey, man, we'll try to throw out, any names of people who are checking our stuff out that we can. And like I said, I think we should try to bring someone on. Eventually, bring a lot of our fans on here.
Noah's saying tripping sitting in the middle of a Pantera pit. No. Dude.
Pit, speaking of Pantera pit, I saw White Zombie open up for Pantera.
Dude, I love Pantera.
That was at the Stony Center over in Camden, where I saw that show.
First video I saw was Walk, and I was tripping when I saw that. Instant favorite. Walk.
Okay, here's a question. So just look off the different. Okay, this is a moonshine question. How long does corn last in a barrel that's wet before it goes bad? It's been a week thinking about tossing it out. No mold, etc. Well,
Hey, well, what's
that's a
your
tough
answer
one.
going to be?
I don't know.
What's
That's
the
a tough
answer?
one, man. Well, how long does corn take to go bad? Is that the question?
Well, it sounds like he's got wet corn too that's been in a container. So it's like you're definitely going to start producing probably some kind of spores, I would think, within a week.
I mean, you would think so. Hold on. Well, white corn. Okay, here goes. White corn will go bad relatively quick if not stored properly. Freshly harvested corn on a cob should be ideally be eaten within a couple of days.
Yeah.
That's true because I mean there is sugars and stuff like that, so that's going to make it like kick off on fermentation and stuff. And then if you're freezing it, corn with higher moisture content, like 22 to 24%, can be stored in bins, but requires careful temperature and moisture management.
Yeah, it sounds like if there's wet corn, I would probably maybe recommend against it.
Yeah, I'm not like I don't do a lot of corn. I really don't. What's up, Quigs? Sorry, Quigs. I've been trying to get back to you. I just trying, Quigs.
I would think this. If you reach down in there and you pull that corn out and smell it, you can smell mold. You can start to smell. Now, I mean, it might be earthy anyway because corn's earthy, but I would think if it was sealed in there too, it would be a
I
difference.
brought
If it's
that
just laying
myself,
in the barrel.
and I brought something else. It's a gift.
What?
Yeah.
It ain't Jenny, but her cousin.
Sorry, RBG just walked in.
Ah, what up?
Hey,
Nobody knows who RBG is.
But he can taste better than anybody.
Maybe it'll do a little uptick on your podcast. Bring them on it.
They already know about me. They haven't seen it yet.
You only got like 2 viewers yet.
Yeah,
Really? Because I
Why
got
you're
like 7
Christy?
right here.
No.
Yeah, she's back here talking shit. See, they hear
All right,
you.
said hello.
No,
Hi,
Madison, bring
Crispy.
him
They hear you.
No, we already
Bring
planned
him
it.
on and it'll make it go up.
No, it's
'cause you only
anticipation.
got
They haven't
2
met me yet.
viewers.
I'm too black for that.
He's too black.
No, for
3
screen.
viewers right here. 3.
Yeah, you got a full house, Jason.
All right. See, and then she wants to sit over here and talk shit.
I'm not talking shit.
See what she does. There's 6 here, 3 here. That's you're just seeing on that one, Christy. See, now she got me all out the game now.
That's all right. We'll get back on it. We
RBG.
got any other questions?
Yeah, I
See if
mean,
we got
let's
any
look
other
them up.
questions on there.
See if we get some backhand donuts or something. What's
Yeah,
the other
if we can
thing?
get any other questions.
Shit.
Okay, so Kim Spencer says it's my old mash. It just hasn't been able to add sugar. It blows. It's and okay. Thanks for the other info.
My family about it. They're like, what do you do? Oh shit.
Yeah. So I mean, yes, I don't really do the corn too much.
Well, didn't you get you just did some stuff that came out real high, didn't you? In a real high proof?
I don't understand why it's on.
Yeah, strawberry, which was good. It was really good. It was like super fucking good. Especially when I take it to cornhole and you set it out and like that's like that they're the judges. So when you take it there, you set it out and you look at that jar and you're like, a couple hits of that shit. They're like, I gotta get another bowl of that. Can I get another bowl of that? Dude, that was shit's 170 and they were like, yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Loving it.
Yeah. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that was mostly sugar you made that with?
Sugar and strawberries.
Okay. Like fresh strawberries?
I froze them.
Okay.
And they said it's better to do freeze them and then like thaw them out and like kind of let them rot in a sense.
Get a little mushy.
Yeah, well they were very mushy, dude. It was kind of gross. I was like cutting the tops off. It was all funky, but yeah, they were good, dude. But I kept all the juice that was coming out of them, so I put all the juice in there, filtered it, did all that.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
No, I was watching it and doing
Trying to think back to some band stuff. We were just going through some band stuff. Slayer stuff definitely got me started into metal. And then it just
I know.
started going from there. And then it just
Well,
got
that's
heavier.
dude. You go to Rich. That's where the rest of the metal would come in because then you go. I'd be getting tattooed from Rich, and it was like the heaviest fucking the heaviest metal. I'd be like, dude, where in the fuck did you get that? And it would be always something newer. Every time he'd be like, you gotta check this out. He'd turn on some heavy shit, and I'm like, God damn, dude. Like, yeah, it still
I was
hurts, but
exposed to it. I got exposed to it from being in the shop, from clients
right.
and other tattoo artists. Like even the suicidal tendencies, I got exposed to from Tom Johnson, who was another tattoo artist that worked with me for years. Tom was a great tattoo artist. He knew a lot about music too, and that was Suicidal Tendencies were one of his favorite bands.
Suicidal was fun, dude. Me and Doug had a fucking
Was.
blast. Suicidal Tendency. That was so much fun.
Yes. Eventually it kind of like, then I started like graduating into stuff like Morbid Angel. And that's when it
Okay.
started getting like heavier and darker. And like to me, like Morbid Angel might be a little step up from Slayer, as far as dark and heavy. And then it started going from there. And as I got older, I really got into, from heavy metal, I got into black metal. And then some of the bands that are heavy metal and black metal crosses and just really, really, to me, really good stuff. And I have a group of friends now that we throw music back and forth all the time. I think there's 4 of us on there, 5 of us. And I'd like to eventually have each one of them on here individually and have them talk about their experiences with metal and their favorite band, and maybe even have them do a song review or something of that nature.
Yeah, right. I always everybody's on YouTube. They're all bitching about, you don't call me back, this and that. It's like, listen, you know what? Tell them everybody wants to call me at the same fucking time of the day. No, I understand. No, not every. Listen, I understand certain people. They get, Quigs is like a 220 kind of dude, but when Quigs calls, it's always somebody here, or you know what I mean. I'm doing something, and it's like, fuck, man, I gotta call you back. I apologize.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's hard to keep up
sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah. Then you got to deal with the bullshit at home. It's just hard. It's hard to keep up with everything.
Oh, the bullshit at home.
Well, this is a good this is a good platform for you to get that information out.
That's all. Yeah. You like it, right?
But,
what are you listening to nowadays, there, Danny?
King Parrot still. Get on my liver.
Dennis is picking a week. Who is it? King Parrot?
King Parrot. They're from like Australia or New Zealand. They're fucking heavy. Their singer is insane. They're old. They're an older band. They're from like 2015. Let me see. I'm gonna get some King Parrot.
What about Death? Do you like Death? Did you ever hear them?
Oh yeah, from Florida. Yeah.
Yeah, it's Death.
Yeah, I was listening to them.
Death? Chuck Schuldiner, dude.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Death was like one of the first real death bands. One of the first death metal bands. Chuck Schuldiner, dude. Soul Crusher. The song Soul Crusher is one of my favorite all-time songs, and that's from Death. Oh, Crusher.
We're waiting for Dennis to play some. What band? King Parrot. Oh, we're up to 10. Little King Parrot.
There they go.
And little King Parrot. And play it, man. Let's hear it. Play a little bit.
No, I got a little tablet.
Oh, a little tablet. DJ Donuts in the house. Donuts. DJ. His
I don't
name
even know
is
if I
DJ
have
Donuts.
on this tablet.
DJ Donuts.
I don't have YouTube on.
So many, dude. I could just start blazing off names of bands just from what my boys were throwing up here, just from the last few days of death metal. There's so many bands, dude. The Haunted, they're good. And wow. 8.
You go.
Dark Throne. Dark Throne is one of
Dark
my
Throne's a
favorite
good
old
one.
bands. Wisdom of the Dead. The song Wisdom of the Dead is great.
I like Dark
There's so
Throne.
many good. Dark Throne is one of my favorite
No.
bands all time to go to. Black metal.
But you gotta understand, look in the mirror.
Right.
It's nonstop. I mean, as far as like heavy bands though, like one of my heaviest favorite bands is Belfeger. They're evil.
That's another
Dark,
one, yeah.
dark band.
Oh, here you go,
Belfeger.
Daddy. Watching Daddy
And then-
full screen here.
Like
Are they
Another
heavy? I
really
can't
dark
hear 'em.
band. Oh, check that out. That's awesome.
I feel like I want to put my ear up big on the microphone.
They're getting a parking ticket.
I had customers. Customers that owe me like
Is that Captain?
I'm trying to think,
I'm never gonna pay. I'm suing
Is that
them.
Captain? What's
You
his
ever
nuts?
hear of Cannabis Corpse?
Oh, Cannabis Corpse.
You heard
Cannabis Corpse. Dude,
Cannabis Corpse,
they're
that's-
great.
Well, I've been
You got to look up Cannabis Corpse.
We're gonna do that right now. That's a good one.
Yeah, that is a good one. Well, I thought of it when I just saw that video he was showing. For some reason, when he said, "Oh, they're getting a ticket," there's a Cannabis Corpse video where they're in a van. Something like that's going on with a cop or something.
Maybe that's
It made
it.
me
Yeah.
think of that video.
That was the last time I seen them.
You'll like Cannabis Corpse, bro. They're top notch. But yeah, one of the best all-time death metal bands, hands down, one of the best death metal bands, Dying Fetus.
I've heard they're pretty wild.
Dying Fetus, bro. Hands down, one of the best death metal bands ever.
Oh, I'm already look. That shit's cool as fuck already just by looking at their shit.
What's that?
What,
Oh,
Cannabis
dude, look.
Corpse?
Yeah, dude, look. Oh wait, it's green. You can't get the green
Yeah,
screen.
you
Never
can't see it.
mind.
It's green.
It's
No,
a
I
giant
know.
bud. It's like Budzilla walking at you. Cylinders of madness. Dennis, you might like these guys too, dude. I'm gonna start jamming. I'm gonna start playing my music really loud over the big speaker.
Here it comes. Get on the liver.
One of my favorite bands of all time, though, is Immortal. They're not super dark. They're actually a little more warlike, but their music. That's what kind of made me fall in love with black metal.
Yeah,
I
that
got
shit's
really
fucking.
into Abbott and his vocal style, but then it just grew from there, and I got exposed to bands like Belfeger and Watain and these other bands are just
Should do that.
dark.
I wonder if
heavy,
that's
and really
is that
good.
tattooed on him like that, Dennis, or is that just like drawn on him? That's fucking wild. Imagine that tattoo. Oh, how would that feel? Just fucking coloring in the head. Ning, 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 ning. Fuck that.
And
Dude.
what band was that he's got on there?
King
Parrot.
Parrot.
King Parrot.
Yeah.
Probably.
They're from Australia, which there's actually a
Honestly,
bird called a king parrot. It's just a really big parrot. It's the breed.
I like
of parrot.
the I like that other one.
I don't know how I'm skipping over this, but like one of my favorite bands of all time, it was really honestly, I didn't even realize it was black metal when I was exposed to it during high school and growing up was King Diamond. And I was in love with King Diamond with the guitarist. Like he always had two battling lead guitar players, man, and
Merciful
second to
Fate
none.
was my first King Diamond touch. Like I met Merciful Fate before I met King Diamond.
yeah. I didn't know of Merciful Fate. I only knew I was exposed to King Diamond first, like
Really?
Abigail and those albums.
Abigail, yeah.
And then I got
There we
exposed
go.
to Merciful Fate.
I love that shit.
DGD.
Yes.
It's Dennis for
See
you.
if I could. I think I might have a King Diamond setup here.
He's a corner where you're like,
I met that boy.
Let me see here.
I be going to
Abigail
Okay.
is a masterpiece.
Is your son playing sports still?
Yeah, he got so many awards. He got so many awards.
Yo, hey fellas, here's some King Diamond.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Raven was,
Fuck yeah, dude. On your background, I love it.
Playing sports still?
every state tournament.
Like knife throwing?
Yeah, King Diamond was a huge influence. I'd say the two biggest influences when I was a teen were Ozzy Osbourne and King Diamond. Now, up there with the two of them,
For
um,
wrestling.
Yes,
I would say would be Alice Cooper because those shows were the best shows I ever saw. You know, probably I've seen a bunch of King Diamond shows too. I saw one Merciful Fate show as well. Um, and I think there was like an albino guy, Whitey or something, that played drums for him.
Jamming with Whitey today.
Slayer stage show. That's the best. I mean, Guar was cool. You know, there's a lot going on with Guar, but that Slayer show, I was sweating from the fireballs they were launching over my head. I was front row. Like, I was right there.
That's crazy.
It was their last concert tour. It was their last tour that they did, what, Jay, like 3 years ago? 4 years ago?
That was in Pittsburgh at A&E, right?
Well, Braden's
Yeah.
supposed to go to
Real
Dude broke his
fire.
dude got his leg
Real
broken in the
fire
crowd.
everywhere. It felt like we were in fucking hell. 100-foot wide wall of fucking fire shooting up, crossing, boom, 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 boom.
Oh, yeah.
Fireballs. I'm fucking sweating. Nobody moshing. Everybody with their fucking phones. I'm going, mosh, motherfuckers. They're all with their phone. I'm like, wow, nobody moshed.
Uncle Mosh Nuts.
Yeah, they went and put him on the line.
I love it. Get a
You
fucking
haven't
dick.
seen him recently.
I love it.
That's his name, Uncle Mosh Nuts.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Dude, listen, we would go to the Warp Tours, and Dennis would go with us. And dude, like, who was it? Limp Bizkit or the Deftones? They stopped the car. Nello was fucking people up. Nello was like moshing, he's taking off, and they started doing like a big bull ring.
They start playing and singing.
They stopped.
They're like, you. And the
Yeah.
Adidas truck pants, you. Now they're standing there with no shirt. Me? They're like, yeah.
Yeah.
What are you trying to do? Kill somebody? Or it's like, wow. It's
Yeah, they stopped. You gotta pick. Hey, listen, man, I mean, you ain't gotta hurt anybody. I was laughing, dude. That was the best shit ever. I think it was Limp Bizkit. Yeah, because they started. No, it was Deftones, man.
Was it the Deftones?
I think it was either Deftones or Limp Bizkit. And then, that's when they used to actually bring the half pipes and they would skate, right?
Yeah.
I'm standing there, man. I'm standing next to this dude and I'm watching. He's talking and he's like, "Hey, man, can you go buy me a beer?" And I'm like, "No, man, I ain't buying you no fucking beer." Right here, he's like, "Look," he's talking and he fucking pukes in his cup. He's like, "Blah." Right? He was a professional skater, Chad Muska.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm like, oh my God. He turns around and he starts talking to somebody. He's that fucked up, right? He started talking and drank his fucking cup, dude.
Dude. Oh.
Did he not, Dennis?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, it was so gross. Yeah. I was like, oh, I ain't never buying that guy's skateboard again. Paying for you to get fucking drunk like that, motherfucker.
Remember that giant paper airplane we made with the roaster? We flew all the way up to the stage.
Yep.
All the way onto the stage. Security tried to catch it. It was giant paper airplane.
Listen, man, we was at a show one time. The dude was crowd surfing. Everybody's going to show your tits. He pulls his teeth out. They're going to show your teeth. Show your teeth. They're ripping out all the fucking, all the bushes and shit out in front, dude. It was like a full-blown riot. Full-blown riot, man.
Started outside of the place.
Yeah. And then we're standing there in the
What
crowd.
was that?
The Insane Clown Posse.
Oh, okay.
Right? They're already like
ICP.
40 minutes late. And like next thing you know, dude, fucking somebody, I forget what happened. Somebody hit me or pushed me, and I had somebody on my shoulders, and I put him down. And next thing you know, dude, fucking Dennis come out of nowhere. Fucking, then the cops come running over, and the dudes start running. And I remember they let the dog go, the police dog go, and the police dog said, "Fine, I'll do
They
it."
sprayed him with mace.
Well, remember the cop got hit with a full thing, and Fago took him right off his feet, dude. A full 2-liter hit the cop. He didn't even see it coming, dude. It was like a missile. Meow, bow. Hit him in the head. It took him right off his feet. He was still running sideways in the air.
Who are you here with? I said, your police commissioner's son, Ryan Timothy.
Yeah.
I said,
Yeah.
go right in.
Go ahead in.
Go in before anybody else. I was the first one in the door.
40 minutes
I
late.
was the first one to the T-shirt, the merch.
Who did?
Like, I was in there, the place was wide open. I walked right up to the front row. It's awesome.
I pulled out Shaggy Two Dope's fucking dreadlock.
B Dizzle? I thought it was Jason's son.
What?
I'm sitting at Jason. Okay, who is it?
They're taking phone calls during the live show.
Oh, I knew he was going to do it. Maya Jennings? I'm sorry.
It's okay, man.
I got a 2-liter story from a concert. Like back in the day, like we went to go to the Man Music Center, and I can't remember what show we were at. I don't even think it was a very rowdy show, but we had brought in some 64-ounce bottles of soda that were pre-mixed with alcohol, like Jack and Coke,
Right.
7 and 7s or something, you know. And these guys were trying to trade us like drugs, because I guess we snuck the alcohol and they wanted some of the alcohol. They were trying to trade us some cocaine, the alcohol, and we didn't want it at the time. Like we were just trying to blow them off. Well, we ended up getting in a crazy fight with these guys at the show.
Right.
It was all over these 2-liter bottles of
Whiskey.
stuff that we had. Well, what happened was, after we wouldn't give it to them, they came back and kicked one of them and started spraying all over. And my buddy started fighting with them. And then they took off. They came back with 2 really big guys. And then we all got into a fight then, and it got crazy.
That's it. That's when it is.
I punched this one guy. He was big too. I actually was kind of afraid of him. He was jacked. And I was probably like 17, and he had my buddy up against the fence, and my buddy was in a cast, so I knew I had to help my buddy, so I pushed him off my buddy, and he just came steam running right at me, and I just squared punched him right in the nose and dropped him. Yeah, but that was wild.
He fucked up.
It was just a while ago, and that's my 2-liter story.
Right.
Yeah, getting in a fight at the concert. When we were leaving that show, there were ambulances rolling in.
It wasn't me.
Not get in trouble.
It wasn't me, I promise.
But that's the way shows were back in the day. You know, people got in fist fights without shooting each other and stabbing each other. It was just a fist fight.
Right. Right. Nowadays you can't do that.
Well, then nobody does that anymore. People can't lose.
No, they want to shoot you. They want to shoot you.
Can't lose. They got to win at any expense.
Where'd the great Neldo Pepper go? He left. He left. He rolled out. He's out like disco. Bam. Easy night. It's an easy night. Boom. Bam, I see that. All right. What? Heavy donuts. That's what we should have started. That donut line.
Do we still have viewers on, or how are we doing?
Yeah, there's 6 on YouTube.
Okay, that's cool. We got to figure out how we could put like a song or 2 up and actually do a review of the music.
I want to see if they can hear it.
At some point.
Hey, listen, I'm going to put music on here. You tell me if you could hear it on your end. What the fuck was that? Is that you? Oh, Dennis and his fucking didgeridoo. His weirdo machine.
Yeah, that's funny. That's like a thing for camping or something, isn't it?
Theremin. It's a digital theremin.
His theremin.
The closer you get, the higher the pitch. For this antenna.
Okay. Yeah, it's playing on there.
Jason, we got to try to get some, some guests from some bands on here at some point if possible.
Yeah.
We ought to start trying to reach out.
I got into circle jerks in
He was a circle jerk.
1985.
I've never really been big into punk.
Uncle Circle Nuts.
Now, I had friends.
Youth of today, like when hardcore started, Minor Threat, that was my shit.
Yeah.
Oh, you turned us on to Minor Threat. I was young for Minor Threat, though.
Yeah. Punk's Not Dead, The Exploited.
Yeah, The Exploited. I like my t-shirt.
The old
like a
social
winner.
distortion before he went to jail. When he come out of jail, he was like doing some kind of fucking country fucking.
Some of that hardcore music was like straight edge music. What do you think about that?
Oh, I loved it. I was straight edge. Like I didn't touch drugs or smoking or nothing when I was a kid. I was like, that's what I want. You know, Youth of Today
What?
was a hardcore band. Like that's probably the first T-shirt, punk rock T-shirt. It's not really punk rock. It was just hardcore. Break Down the Walls, like that. That
Break
was
down
honorable.
these walls.
What else?
Did you ever listen to any Gigi Allen?
What is it? You broke up.
G.G. Allen.
Oh
Gigi
yeah.
Allen.
He was weird.
Every
He used
time
to
I
he
hear
used to
that
like
name,
nail
I
his
think about
nuts to the
these
stage and shit.
Oh,
They
dude,
buried him
he
in a
was shit
diaper.
on people.
They buried
Yeah.
him in a fucking
He was
diaper.
gross. He was disgusting.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
like he would do fucked up shit like, oh, if you're coming to a G.G. Allen show, you better fucking be ready. Like, no,
he
motherfucker,
raped
you
a
better
girl
be
on
ready,
stage.
you fucking weirdo.
He raped a
Dude,
girl on
he would
stage
come out-
at a show.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
heard
he
about
would come
that.
out- He would come out naked with a cowboy hat on and then go over and grab some dude's wife off the bar. And the dude was like 6'7" or something. I don't know. I think Gigi was a big guy. He went over and like grabbed this girl and takes her up on stage. The guy don't do nothing, puts her down on stage and like rubs his ass on her. It's like, yeah, dude, Gigi was disgusting and gross. But the thing was there was guys in bands that were drawn to that because it was so over the top. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fucking, it's hair tattooed on his head, dude.
That's awesome, bro.
I don't mean to cut you off, but that's funny as fuck, dog.
For a second, I thought you were about to show me a picture of Gigi.
How about the Mentors?
I've heard of them. I never really got into punk, but I've heard a lot of those bands. I learned more about punk rock when I got into black metal because I realized that there was some punk aspects to some of the black metal. So I started to learn more about punk rock through black metal, but I was never full into punk rock per se.
Yeah, 1989. I had an orange mohawk.
He did too. It was a big, I remember the temple spikes used to use egg whites.
Did you have clothespins in your face?
No. Fucking
No.
rubber bands.
I'd wear a
Rubber
safety
bands.
pin in my ear. I'd put barbed
Right.
wire on the lapels of my biker jacket.
Why would you do that?
I'd wrap my chains. I'd wrap chains
Hey.
around my ankles and my boots. And go to school like that.
Hey,
Yeah.
he wore a fucking leather biker jacket, but didn't ride a bike.
I had
Some of the
I had a
guys
motorcycle.
some of the guys that ran in the tattoo crowds out here and guys that I knew well, they were in a
Oh,
band
speed.
called, did you ever hear of Bad Luck 13?
No.
Mm.
Bad Luck 13 is a Philly band, and a bunch of the guys in the band are actually tattoo artists. Jason Goldberg, Dave Fox. I think Dave was in there, and I think Dave, he may have had his own band as well. He goes by Evil Balls.
Evil balls?
Yeah, Dr. Evil Balls. That's Dave
Nah.
Fox. And
Dr.
Jason,
Evil.
they're all, and Ant-Man. Ant-Man had a band called Scareho.
I remember him.
Ant-Man actually is on the cover of one of the Dying Fetus album covers, where the guy's getting dragged down the railroad tracks. That's actually Anthony. I would probably maybe try to get Anthony on the show here. Actually, he might be a good guest to have on. He's been exposed to a lot of bands. He's played a lot out. He's
That
played
Dying
with Bad Luck
Fetus
13.
band, the guy I work with, Joe Tomche, he knows one of those guys real good. I think one of those guys is from Charleroi.
You're absolutely right. That is
He's
him.
covered in tattoos. He sold that guy an Ibanez, a blue Ibanez.
Yup.
Yeah, the guy in I don't know who he is, but he sold
That
this
is
guy
him.
a blue Ibanez because I have an Ibanez collection. Like I got 3 Ibanezes and a Warlock. You know, that's all I have.
Okay.
4 guitars. But it's funny that you said Dying Fetus. I'm like, wow, that's Joe Tomche's buddy's band. You know,
Yeah.
Joe is a badass guitarist. He
Yeah.
writes. Uh, he's Steve.
My question is, does he get any royalties like being on T-shirts and stuff?
I don't think so. He just did that. I'm sure he did that just because of. I doubt he gets royalties off of that. Maybe they paid him for the original picture, and they may not even have done it. Anthony's such a cool dude. He probably just did that for those guys. I'm trying to remember the name of the band. The singer from Dying Fetus, the guitar player and singer, he opened up for another band down here in Westchester. They're from, I don't know why I can't think of it. They're a hardcore metal band from New York. And
Okay.
their singer couldn't make it down here for the show. So the singer from Dying Fetus came down and sang for this band from New York. And I saw the singer from Dying Fetus from 10 feet away in a band in Westchester with my buddy Billy and another buddy. And dude, he blew my fucking mind, bro. The best metal I ever saw right in front of my fucking face, that singer from Dying Fetus, bro. I mean, I would love to get him on here. That dude's super talented. That dude can play guitar and sing, and his vocals, all of it, wicked. From
Dennis.
I mean, wicked band, and it's 3 guys, and the bass player's wicked too.
Dennis got a dying fetus in that jar.
Yeah. And sip
Dennis,
on it.
yeah, he's proved. Yeah, we'll call it Dennis's next drink, the dying fetus.
Every one of them comes with one in it.
Dude, that could be on the heavy metal line of moonshine. It'll be the next drink, dude. The dying fetus.
That's cool stuff, dude. The fetus inside the jar.
Yes.
That Paul Booth, bro. Well, my buddy, Matthew, his brother gets tattooed by
Get
a
my
guy
face done,
named
Rich.
Lucifer.
I want Master Distiller tattooed on my face.
On your eye. What does Christy say about that?
Doesn't matter. It's my label. It's who I am.
Well,
look, right here, moonshiner, Master Distiller. I know you don't like doing letters. Maybe I'll go get somebody to do it small.
Well, I'm not worried about doing the tattoo. I'm trying to think, who would I get on? I don't know if I'd get anything on my face, but I'm trying to think like if I feel like if we hit a certain pinnacle, pinnacle, then I'd be considered doing something like that. You know what I mean?
Right. Fuck it, might as well.
I'm just going to get lit Tarzan.
Uncle Donuts is going to get Uncle Donuts nuts something tattooed on him.
He's going to get a donut.
Dennis, let me tattoo a donut on you, dude.
Yeah, he's going to get donuts on his temples.
Listen, instead of a teardrop, we'll give you a donut or a sprinkle.
A donut. 3 donuts and sprinkles.
Instead of teardrops, we'll give you sprinkles, dog.
Sprinkles. Yes.
And we'll call you Uncle Sprinkle Nuts. Where'd you go, Uncle Dennis?
I always had a bad vision of Uncle Sprinkle Nuts.
Right. I feel bad. I tortured him growing up, but you know what? That's what they get. Like, we played hide and seek, me, him, and Nello. And I forget, one of them thought it was funny. Oh, Uncle Sprinkle Nuts is back.
Fucking bumped the button.
Oh, okay, let me move this guy out of here. What's up? Welcome back, Uncle Sprinkle Nuts. Did you hear what we were saying?
No, I did not.
Listen, you're gonna let me tattoo a donut on you somewhere, and then instead
my stomach and my belly button can be the hole.
No, it's on your temple.
Hold on, wait. And then instead of teardrops, we'll give you sprinkles on those sprinkles.
No, you tattoo it around my belly button.
Oh God, you wouldn't be.
How about a donut inside of a shine jar, floating inside the shine jar?
I got a finger in it.
Donut.
Dennis, that's your moonshine. That's it. Let me give it to you. I'll give you a moonshine jar. Yeah, I'll give you a A moonshine jar
On your
with a
cheek.
fucking donut in there.
On your cheek.
No. I do it on your leg. On your other leg. What do you think, Dennis?
I wanted a cat
No,
tattooed.
listen. I'll give you the
And
cat
its asshole
tattoo.
would be my belly button.
Doug has that. Doug has a picture of that. I'll give you that tattoo, but you have to let me do the fucking donut in a jarro.
Yo, one of the favorite tattoos I saw in the past was a guy had on his ass. He had a devil shoveling hot coals into his asshole. I thought that was a great one, man. Because there's always all those asshole ones where, but the devil shoveling the hot coals in his ass is fucking hilarious.
That's fucking good there, dude. Like, eating Taco Bell, huh?
Yeah. It's funny too, like, like back in the day, I mean, tattoos, like I was watching Ink Master, and they're so technical, and I think it's great. I mean, but back in the day, my God, you were just hoping that you got somebody that kind of made something look like something, nothing was ever
Right.
really. But man, they take a tattoo to another level these days, it's pretty cool.
Most disturbing tattoo I ever saw was this girl. She had it above her pussy, and what it is, it's a tattoo of a little girl, like 4 or 5 year old little girl.
All right, let's not go that far, Dennis. Don't get us kicked off here.
Disturbing, dude. I can't believe this bitch had this fucking. I seen it in a tattoo magazine, and I was just like, "You're fucked up. You're fucked up."
Yeah, I've seen a lot of disturbing things in tattoo magazines, bro. Like whether it be like stuff on genitals, mostly pretty messed up. Like, do you ever see the ones where they they'll take a woman's pubic hair and it might be a little graying, and they'll make like a portrait of Sean Connery above her puss. Have you ever seen that shit?
No, but the time has come.
Yeah,
My name is Sean Connery.
Hilarious, bro. I think it was the Sean Connery tattoo where the chick's bush was his beard. It was freaking on point.
Unreal.
Yeah, tattoo magazines have got some messed up stuff.
That's some funny shit, dude. The best I seen was like it was that was like the leg was going up the dude's arm, and the leg was here to like the bush. I was laughing, dude. But like, goddamn, save that thing.
Hey, listen, back in the day when your dad taught me how to tattoo, before he taught me how to tattoo, I got exposed to a couple tattoo artists that were like the best in the world. I'd never seen nothing like Bernie Luther.
Yeah.
They blew my mind. You know what I mean?
Right.
So like when I started to learn from your dad at that point, like I never really believed I could become as good as those guys. But I remember opening up the tattoo magazines and seeing a lot of really crappy work in the magazines and realizing, like, I knew I wasn't going to instantly be as good as Guy Etchison or Bernie Luther, but I realized that, like, man, I feel like I can do better than what I'm looking at here.
Right.
There was some crap in the magazines back then. Crap. Like,
I always felt like that too. I look at somebody's shit and be like, man, I mean, I'm not the best. I don't claim to be 100% the best. Never have, never did, but I can hold my own in what I like to do.
Tattooing too. Sometimes it wasn't even all about the tattoo itself. It was who did it on you.
Right.
Like I remember back in the day, remember a guy named Spider Webb? There was a guy named Spider Webb. It was a tattoo artist from like New York, I think that's where he was from. He was very famous. But I never really saw anything spectacular from the guy, from what I can remember. I'm not talking shit on anybody. He may have been the best tattoo artist in the world, so don't get mad at me, anybody. But I just remember him doing these little spider web tattoos or these little trinket tattoos that looked like it probably took the dude 15 minutes. And people were like, oh, I got a spider web tattoo. It's like, it was just more about the fucking guy tattooing you.
God, it did it.
It was actually about the tattoo. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't like you rolled out with some Paul Booth tattoo and you were like, who the fuck did that? Like, I remember when Paul Booth tattoos first came out, there was nobody doing shit like that. And I mean, if you saw something like that in person, like I remember getting exposed to one of his early back pieces, which was like a bishop with the full hat on and had like these demonic nuns around him and shit. Like I saw that shit in person years and years ago. And it blew my mind how solidly and that guy could tattoo and the dimension he could get out of his work. And I learned a lot from tattooing his flash and from looking at his tattoos in general.
Right.
It was one of the first times I realized you didn't have to do like these perfectly half moon round lines in a skull head, and like you could do more jagged lines and get away with more um, uh, texture or not like this perfect outlining. And I learned that, man, you could really get evil with some stuff if everything wasn't perfectly outlined that way. And if there was outlines and if there wasn't outlines, like kind of like being able to take a mag and do a tattoo without an outliner. That's the best way I could describe Paul Booth's tattooing, was that guy didn't need a liner. I'm sure he may have used liners and probably used probably 3 different liners in a tattoo and 3 different shaders, but like that guy's work looked like he didn't touch a liner for the most part. And
hey Dennis, Throwdown said we should have dying fetus shots. Make a dying fetus shot.
You get a clear liquor, and then you get something like a car,
even a
pump up in the middle. So it's like a blob in the
Yeah,
middle of clear.
you do like a Bailey's Irish cream, dude.
Yeah, like a brain.
Yep. That would be cool.
No.
Daniel Stevens, whatever.
I like what you guys are coming up with. And I think that if you come out with the drink and it ends up working out, maybe we could have the guy from Dying Fetus on the bottle.
Yeah, dude. That'd be funny. That'd be funny, dude. Fucking little signature Dying Fetus, heavy metal fucking fetus shine.
Hey, listen, I'll hit Anthony up and see if he's willing to come on our show.
Dude, that'd be great.
I talk to him every once in a blue moon.
Yeah.
I text with him. He usually texts me back.
You know, I was talking to him for a while there. I want to say it was like probably before I quit Facebook the last time. It was probably like 7 or 8, 9 years ago. But like it was, I was still getting fucking ink from everybody. So it was like, he was into it. He was talking to me about the heavy metal and shit like that. He would send me pictures of tattoos that he was doing and stuff, And I liked Anthony, man. He was a cool dude. He was super cool to talk to. Hell yeah.
I'm gonna tell him we're talking about him on the show. Would he be willing to come on sometime?
Yeah. Did Crone like Dying Fetus, Dennis? Was he into them?
I don't know if they were around in the Jam and Skate days. I might have seen them and not remember it. I mean, I think they were like early 90s, though.
Hey.
Yeah, so check this out, dude. How funny is this? So Christy's cousin from New Jersey sends me this video today, and this is no shit. This is the honest to God's truth. He's like, hey, check this out. And I start playing this video, and as soon as I seen the video, it was inspired by Spirits Distilling. Now, that was the same place I went and checked out in Pittsburgh. And, dude, I have the video. It was so cool. I can't explain to you how cool it was to see like a hidden speakeasy and then another little hidden room. Dude, like Mike Miles got it going on. I think I'm gonna do some work with Mr. Mike Miles. I want to make some moonshine with that guy. He's pretty cool.
What was that, Jason?
That Inspired by Spirits. This dude down in Pittsburgh, man. Christy's cousin.
Oh, yeah. I remember when you went down there.
Yeah, Christy's cousin sent me a video today, and he's like, check this out. I opened the video. It was the video of his place, and I'm like, check it out, man, dude. It was super cool. I'll have to send it to you so you can see it.
Hey, maybe he would be a good person to have on here as a guest as well.
Boom. I think he would be. I think because he's just like, dude. We're like two peas in a pod, cut from the same cloth, Mr. Mike Miles. We're gonna make something good together. I have a feeling we are. Me and Mr. Mike Miles are gonna fucking make a good drink. Yeah, he had some really good. I'm gonna tell you what, man. He had some really good. What did he make? Was it rum? I think I tasted it. Yeah, it was good.
That's what I want to make this summer, big time.
Dude, he had some really good tasting. Like, dude, I'll tell you what's cool. Just being in the distillery, being able to like taste it. It's just like you do at home. You know what I mean?
I texted Anthony. We'll see if he'd be willing to come on. I don't know. You know, it's. I'd say I mostly get good reactions from everybody from our stuff, but I can't say that I've gotten a good reaction from every single person. So we'll see. I believe he'll have a good reaction to what we're working on.
Heck yeah, man. I like the guy, man. He's cool. I think he'll like it.
Anthony's dude. He's a good dude all around, and so is his brother. His brother's a tattoo artist too. Anthony's a tattoo artist. His brother's a tattoo artist, Greg.
Oh, no shit.
I don't know if Greg is still tattooing or not. 100%. I'm not sure. I know Anthony is at Extreme Ink in Westchester.
Okay. Hell yeah. Fucking right on. What are you doing there, Dennis? You making something?
I'm making a dog treat.
I'm about to make myself some dinner, boys. I'm about ready to cut this one. You guys okay?
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was a good show tonight. And thanks for coming out and checking us out, everybody.
I appreciate it, everybody. Thanks for hanging in there.
I don't know if Ryan's out there yet, but if he is, Ryan, what's up, man?
Well, hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Are you eating that?
Hold on. No, we're not going nowhere until we watch Dennis deep throat this day.
Yeah.
It's hey, wiener cam.
Ew.
He gave it to the dogs.
Come on, Max. Max, come get one. Come on, Max.
Come get a wiener, Max.
I thought Dennis was really going to deep throat it there for a minute. I thought, we're about to go to 1 million views.
I was telling, Dennis, ew, fucking hot dogs and what is that? Fucking whipped cream. Look, he's giving the dog a whippet.
Mad dog,
I to myself.
He's giving the dog whippets, dog.
Dude, I'll take a bowl and fill the whole thing up with whipped cream and just eat it.
Jesus fuck. Hello, diabetes. Can I knock on your door?
Dude, I'll just eat it. I know, it's terrible. And then drink it down with a Coke. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, yeah, bro.
It would be fizzing in your belly.
Yeah, right? Oh, man.
You'd blow up. What are you having for dinner?
A dying fetus.
Oh, good one.
Uncle Doggy Nuts.
So moonshine.
All right, everybody. I'm hopping off here. I'm going to go eat some dinner.
All right.
Yo, thanks, everybody. Matthew,
Peace
I'll
out.
see you
Thank
in the
you,
morning.
everybody.
Matthew Shaw.
Matthew Shaw, he will see you in the morning. Rich, I'll give you a holler in the AM.
All right, sounds good. Later, bro.
All right, guys.
See you guys.
Later. Thank you.
You sell donuts?
Later,
Later, Ray.
donuts. Later, Uncle Dick
Later,
Nuts.
brother.
First.